Okay, so we have seen that we can actually expose any method as a REST endpoint. So by default, this method is going to access something which is called as the HTTP GET. So this method type is HTTP GET, which will essentially call the hello over here. Now let's try to create a method which is something like string greeting. So this method, the major difference that I'm going to make into this method is this is going to accept a parameter, right? So let's say someone is giving it a name, and then this method will return uh, hello name. So if I'll say hello Paresh, it will return me the hello Paresh. If I'll just say Paresh, it will return me hello Paresh. And to have this method, we will have the request mapping to be done. Again, we'll be making up a same request mapping, and then here we'll be defining up the default method type, which is equal to request method dot uh, post, right? So this is going to be basically the bind dot annotations, spring framework dot web dot bind dot annotation over here. You can check it up over here. Basically a request method, web.bind.annotation request method. So when anyone is going to call up the HTTP post method with slash hello URL, this will get called. The thing which we need to understand is that how this parameter is going to be sent to us. So there are different ways this parameter can come into us. Let's try to see whether the parameter is directly coming or not. If it is not coming, we need to define and do something about it. So we'll just go ahead and then we'll relaunch the application over here. So we'll just say run again, run hello controller. So now we should ideally see that we have an HTTP post method which is slash hello onto the greetings method, which has been defined over, which has been mapped to HTTP post over here. I have already hit the debug point, so let me try to run my project into a debug mode so that we can see that whether we have the request is coming up as a parameter or not. So we'll just select here the post method, and then inside the body, which is basically a raw here, we just send it a Paresh. So we'll see that the debug point is hit, and then if we look at over here, this is coming up it as a null. So let's try to make some fixes over here if we can do that. So content type application JSON, accept application JSON. So we need to define here something which is called as the uh, which consumes uh, application underscore, or we can just say JSON, which is essentially a message type. So into the project, if we'll see over here into the RESTful project, we have a sample order controller class where we have defined this, and let's see. So this is media type dot this one, right? And we need to define it a body also. So media type, which is basically a Spring Framework HTTP media type dot application slash JSON value, and here we need to define something which is called as the request body at the request body. So what this will ensure is that whatever which is being sent into the postman here is going to be stored into these arguments. Let's try to run this quickly, and then we'll see whether we are able to receive the parameter as a part of the request body or not. We'll not be able to see any difference onto the console because we already seen that the post method is mapped the greetings. And now if we'll see, we'll be able to see that the whole body is coming up over here. And when this is going to return the response, if we'll see over here, this says that the post is not supported. When you see this error, everything is fine. If you look at onto your console side, everything looks fine, right? The only thing is that we need to define something which is called as the produces also. So produces media type dot JSON value, right? So let's try to run this again. This should essentially solve the problem for us. So we'll go back over there and then we'll try to hit it. We already know that we are going to get it, so something is wrong, we need to fix it. It says that the request method post is not supported, method is not allowed over here. Let's see what is going wrong over here. So we have defined HTTP post, which is basically our request method. Let's quickly see if we are making up any mistake into the consumes. So it says that we are consuming up the JSON. Alright, I see what is a mistake. So very important thing is, whenever your method is returning anything, you need to define something which is called as a response body. If you don't define the response body, you will be facing the same issues. So we will try to run this again. You need to define the response body because we are basically sending a stream, and that stream needs to be converted into the body. Alright, so when we will send this one, you can see that we are actually getting up